If you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. All right, folks, as you know, this is one of the more tragic events of 2025, but two National Guardsmen were shot by an Afghan national. One of them passed from her injuries, and the other, while we're speaking, is still in critical support, is still recovering from his injuries. It's no guarantee that he will make it out alive, and the suspect, the Afghan national, is in custody, okay? Now, with that in mind, I want to show you this clip because that debate quickly spirals into something.
I can go ahead and throw out my take home. He came in under Biden. Yeah. So he came in during the Biden administration. But why? Because there was an evacuation going on. Who triggered that evacuation? Oh, Trump, when he made a deal with the fucking Taliban to hand Afghanistan over to them, and even made a deal that there was going to be a timeline. Well, why didn't Biden evacuate them sooner? Well, why didn't Trump start the evacuations when he made the deal with the fucking terrorists? He even made a deal to get the terrorist leaders released from prison so they could do a successful takeover of Afghanistan. Why didn't he start the evacuation when he made that deal? The onus was on him. When Biden came in, Biden started doing what he fucking could, and then it came down to the wire, and they had to fucking move because Trump barely gave anybody time, and he hadn't started the evacuation when he should have, when he made the fucking deal. So when they had to start doing the evacuation, they had to basically like take as many people as they could in the short time frame they had. So yeah, some bad people probably came across. Once again, could that have been avoided, and who could have avoided it? Oh yeah, it could have been avoided if maybe someone hadn't made a deal with the terrorist leaders to get them released from prison, and then turned around and made a deal with the terrorists once again to hand the country over to them. Moving on.
Much broader, and Piers, who tends to grade Trump on a curve, tries to jump in, and it backfires.
Here in the United States of America, you want to talk about that guy. You don't want to talk about
because
the
that's
Afghan
what the
that was
topic
planning
is
on
about.
building
if you
a
want to
car
talk about
bomb.
responsibility,
No.
who
The topic isn't about that
who was
guy.
the one who
Destiny,
negotiated the pullout from
you're
Afghanistan?
So far off.
I'm curious. Who negotiated that plan? Who negotiated that plan? Tell me.
So
Can you even
it's
say who negotiated the plan? Can you even say who negotiated
I'll tell you
the plan?
that Donald Trump negotiated the plan, and on congressional record in November.
So let's stop right there for just a second. So again, this guy here is a right-wing veteran who wants to make it about the broader issue of the withdrawal from Afghanistan because the Afghan national, the suspect, was brought in as part of the withdrawal. He worked with the United States.
And who was chirping like a bunch of little baby birdies about, oh, but Biden's leaving people behind. Biden's leaving people behind. Biden's leaving people behind. Oh, the people that Biden left behind. Oh, and now look at him. Well, we got to protect Daddy Trump. We got to protect Daddy Trump. Oh, Daddy Trump. Oh, fuck my face, Daddy Trump. Oh, we got to protect you. And we got to say, oh, it's Biden's fault for evacuating the people. My God, these people are fucking lobotomized chimps, man. That's an assault. That's an insult to chimps.
during its invasion and occupation of Afghanistan. So he put himself and his family in serious jeopardy. And during the withdrawal from Afghanistan, he was allowed into the United States. So this guy, the right winger here, is trying to make it about the broader issue to try to attack President Biden. Destiny's saying, well, look, I'm trying to stick to the actual topic at hand. But if you want to make it about the withdrawal from Afghanistan, who negotiated it? You can see this guy's like, oh, shit. And he tried to resist answering, but Destiny keeps pushing. Finally says, okay, Trump negotiated the Doha Agreement. That is key. And we will go through why that is key, because they try to pass the buck off to Biden.
This comes from the former Joint Chief of Staff. In November, Donald Trump planned to do the pullout. Then when the Joint Chief went to him and told him, no, you can't do that because the Taliban's going to take over, Donald Trump immediately rescinded the order within 24 hours.
No, he didn't. He actually negotiated with the negotiator. Anyone and everyone. Don't trust me. Don't take my word for it. Go check for yourself what he's fucking talking about. Who did he negotiate with? Oh no. You can't do that. That's the claim. That's the claim is they told him, oh, you can't do that because the Taliban will take over. Well, if you want to check the accuracy of that claim, who did he negotiate with? Check the whole timeline. Check the entire fucking timeline. Who did he negotiate with? Who was at the negotiation table? Two parties. Donald Trump and the people representing Donald Trump's interests, and the Taliban. The Afghanistan government was not even at the negotiation table. So, this whole, but the Taliban will take over, well, what would be the sense in someone who's already loyal to Trump saying that if Trump is sitting at the table with his people negotiating the deal with the Taliban itself? Of course the Taliban's going to take over. You just helped them get released from prison, and now you're sitting at the negotiation table with them discussing the future of Afghanistan. Of course they're going to take over. That's the fucking plan.
It was under Joe
That's
Biden
not
that he decided to
true.
pull
The
out of the
whole
country.
Doha
That is
agreement was
fact. It's
done
on
and agreed
congressional
on. He didn't
record.
withdraw
Go
that.
look at the congressional
timetable that Biden
record.
withdrew on
You
was
might
literally
not like
on
it,
Trump's
Destiny, but
timetable.
it's a fact.
Are we just here
Yes,
to
the
write
Doha
fan fiction and
agreement
to
was
lie
on it.
about?
So this guy suggests that, okay, there was the Doha agreement negotiated by Trump, and there was an original timetable, but then Trump rescinded the executive order on that original timetable when he advised it would be foolish. The problem is that didn't invalidate the Doha agreement. This guy tries to pretend, well, the Doha agreement was invalidated at that point. No, it's just that the timetable for the final withdrawal was changed on Trump's watch. On Donald Trump's watch, we went from 13,500 U.S. troops in Afghanistan down to about 2,500. He continued to retrograde U.S. forces as he was leaving office. This idea that basically the Doha agreement was fed through the shredder and it was up to Joe Biden to do something else is total bullshit. But again, Piers jumps in pretty soon.
If we want
The
to just make up
Doha
stuff,
agreement was on there.
Yeah.
The Doha agreement was done by Trump. Then the Taliban violated the Doha agreement, so we weren't going to pull out.
Again, total bullshit. Yes, did the Taliban violate the agreement? Yes, that is true. But Trump didn't enforce the Doha agreement. There were 7 conditions, about 6 or 7 conditions that either side imposed on the other. Believe it or not, Donald Trump, who is a serial philanderer and pathological liar, this is like the first contract he's ever made with somebody in which he upheld his end.
So is this dork, whoever this dork is speaking for Trump. He's a fucking serial liar too.
Into the bargain 100%. For example, the Taliban, one of their conditions was, okay, Donald, you have to force the Afghan government to release 5,000 imprisoned Taliban fighters. They have 5,000 of our people. We want them back. Donald Trump successfully persuaded, he pressured the Afghan government. They really had no choice at that point. He bullied them into releasing 5,000 imprisoned Taliban fighters who would then go on to join the 75, 80,000 person strong Taliban insurgency. He gave the Taliban back, here are 5,000 troops to join your insurgency and topple the Afghan government. The problem is that when the Taliban violated their terms, the conditions that the United States imposed on them, Trump didn't do anything about it. Trump did not enforce the deal. He gave the Taliban everything they wanted. And when the Taliban only gave us the one thing, we asked for 6 or 7 things, but the only thing the Taliban honored is that they wouldn't shoot U.S. troops. They stopped shooting U.S. troops. Every other condition they repeatedly violated. And this comes from congressional testimony from high-ranking military leaders under both the Trump and Biden administrations. There were violations of the Doha agreement by the Taliban on Trump. Trump didn't enforce it. And yet it was still in full effect. Trump didn't say, okay, fuck it, we're done with the Doha agreement, time to do something else. No, he was like, I guess we're just going to continue anyway. And he continued to honor the terms of the Doha agreement.
Because he lost the election. That's why. That was why he did it. He was mad that he lost the election, so he was trying to put us in a war to get even. Like, for real. That was like his revenge for electing Joe Biden. And if you say I'm not right, and I hate being one of these people that do these types of things, but you're either lying or stupid if you say that's not correct.